What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. So I am back with another video for you guys. Now, this is not a reaction video. This is me just giving my 2 cents on modern dating and why so many of our women are cooked. And the reason why I say a lot of our women are cooked is because of their mentality. I say it all the time. And, you know, I just think that a lot of women have these expectations for men that are super unrealistic. We know this. A lot of these women have bought into the idea that men are tools, that they can just use any way they want to, that men are just their wallets, men are just there to please them and give them everything that they want and everything that they could desire, everything that they could think of, lifestyle and all. This is how they've reduced men in the dating market. Women have bought into this idea that a man is something to use, that a man is something that they could benefit off, that a man is simply a means to an end, a way for them to elevate themselves. And if they can't use him, if they can't elevate from him, if he doesn't make their lives better, then he's just useless. But then the women who think that way kind of contradict the way other women think when it comes to dealing with men in relationships, these transactionships, where they're out here following a man or dating a man because of how fine he is, how cute he is. He got, you know, he's 6 feet tall, all the superficial things, but they don't have a real solid relationship with this particular man that they are attracted to. They're just getting to the D. They're getting the loving out of this man with the hopes of him taking them seriously. Now, these group of women, they don't care how much money he makes. They don't see him as a wallet, but they see him as potential. They see him as someone that they could possibly be with because that's who they are attracted to. So they don't care about how much money he makes. As long as he putting it on them real good and, you know, he's there and they get to be in his presence, she, in most cases, will be willing to do things to help him. So there's a discrepancy between what some women are saying versus what some women are doing. But at the same time, they're all in agreement that a man should be a protector, a provider. He should be there. He should be whole. He should be this. He should be that. He should be everything that they can think of that he should be. But there's never any idea of what women should be for men. That's the part that's being left out. Women have no real idea of their role when it comes to a good woman, to a good man. They just want a good man. They want everything they can think of from him, but they don't ever take the time to try to figure out what these particular men would want from a woman. And this is why this generation of women are cooked. Y'all are cooked so bad because your idea of a relationship is skewed. You don't really know what it means to have a stable relationship. You don't know what it looks like. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what to offer. You don't know the first thing about having a stable, healthy relationship / marriage, anything with longevity. But all you know is because society and social media has told you, oh, this is what a man should be. This is what he should do, girl. He should come to the table. He should prove to you that he can take care of you. He should prove to you he can do this, that, and the third. But you don't have to prove anything about what you would be for that man. He don't know if there's any loyalty there. He don't know if you really care about him. He don't know if you're really interested in him for real. He don't know if you really want a stable relationship. He don't know if you know the first thing about being in a serious, stable, nurturing, long-lasting relationship. So why should he have to prove everything and you prove nothing? A lot of these women have come from broken homes. A lot of these women were raised by single mothers who did not teach you how to be a wife. She did not teach you what you should be doing for a man and what to expect from a man. She didn't tell you the first thing about being in healthy relationships because she wasn't in one. She has no clue of what it means to be in a stable relationship and what her role should be. So she can't possibly teach you how to do that. And you couldn't possibly know exactly what to do, nor are these women trying to figure that out. Because you can figure it out by having conversations with men and opening your brain to something more than just what a man can provide for you, and trying to figure out what you can equally provide to him. Women are too superficial. I say it over and over and over again. There's nothing wrong with expecting a man to be a protector and provider. But when you start going to these unrealistic, superficial ideas of what you think he should be, and you bring nothing to the table, that's why a lot of women are cooked. That's why a lot of men are walking away. Because a lot of these women are independent. Y'all are living this independent boss chick lifestyle where you say all the time, you don't need a man, but you would like one, but you don't need him. So there's nothing that you need for him, but at the same time, you have all of the expectations in the world. Make that make sense. But then the minute the man say, okay, well, what do you bring to the table? Most of y'all have kids already. So you want him to come in, you coming in with a package deal. You want him to take care of you and your kids. You want him to do the most for you and those kids. You want him to bring it all to the table, pay all the bills. So what should he expect from you? If he asks, what do you bring to the table? All hell breaks loose. What do you mean? I am the table. No, you might be the table in reference to bringing a lot of baggage to the table, but you're not bringing anything substantial that this man could actually use that will benefit him, seeing as you want to benefit off him. No longer are the days of women where you have women who are out here expecting everything from a man, and it's not a good thing for them to say, oh, well, I don't expect anything from her. No, I'm just going to give without any possibility of anything in return. I don't want a nurturing wife or a woman. She could be combative. That's what that is saying. That's saying, hey, if I have no expectations of you, you could be and do whatever you want to do. But you expect the most from him. He has to be responsible. He has to make sure that he's a great provider. He has to make sure that he does all the things that you need and want him to do, but there's no expectations from you to be or do anything. That's not a fair deal. And maybe that's what the step crash dummies of years ago used to do, but these men don't want to do that. These men want something. If they're giving their all and they're expecting to put in and they're expecting to level up and do all this, then what are you going to do? You have to level up as well. And level up doesn't just mean financially, it means in every other way. Like, who are you going to bring? What are you going to bring, and who are you going to be in this relationship? Can you offer the things that I'm looking for? And when we hear women speak, the basic things of cooking and cleaning is so difficult. They say that's slavery. So if you can't do the basic things like cooking and cleaning, baby, that tells a man everything he needs to know about you, that you're exactly what he does not want. If cooking and cleaning is like slavery to you, then you can't go any further with any man. Because even an average man would like a woman who can cook and clean, at least. Who can put a meal on the table at some point. You know what I mean? Even if it's not every single day, he wants somebody that has the capability to at least feed him while he's going out here and working. You know what I'm saying? And even if both of y'all could cook, y'all could feed each other at least. Y'all both can contribute in that way. But we got a lot of women out here who have been sold a bill of goods, a bunch of lies, a bunch of stuff that's indoctrinated their mindset into thinking that a man is supposed to be perfect. He has to have 6 figures when the majority of the men in this country do not make 6 figures. Just let that sink in. It doesn't matter what race of man it is. The majority of the men in this country do not make 6 figures. So where is these dream 6-figure men coming from? Where are they coming from? And if you do find one, do you qualify for him? Because he wants something too. And it's not fair to say, oh, these men are sassy, they want something too. No, they're tired of being used. They're tired of women coming to them with the most expectations in the world, but you don't even want to cook a meal. You don't want to make a sandwich. You don't want to do nothing. Because you're the prize and you're the queen, and he's supposed to, bow down to you and feed you at your feet and do all of these things, and you're just supposed to be this special princess on the throne, and he's supposed to sit here and worship you, and that's what he's supposed to. He's paying to do all of that. He's paying extra to be somebody that's working for you. You don't want to be a slave by cooking and cleaning, but you want him to be one. You want him to be at your beck and call. So it seems to me women often project their feelings onto men. You don't want to be somebody's slave. You don't want to do anything for a man, but you expect him to do everything for you. How does that work out? And that's why it's not working out. This is why men are saying, look, 30 over 35, y'all are cooked. I'm not saying it. This is what men are saying. Because listen, while I do think that a lot of women are cooked, I do think that anything is possible. Is it likely? No. But anything is possible. You might find somebody that might be willing to work with you if you can offer them what they want. You know what I'm saying? And you might be 40, 45. So anything is possible, but it's not likely. So I just think that women are cooked by their own admission. They're cooked by the things that they have created, in my opinion. I think a lot of women have put themselves in this position and they thought that they were going to get different outcomes. And now that they're seeing that it doesn't work like that, they're still blaming it on men. They're still blaming it on other people while they're starting to realize that, hey, they are cooked. Men are not really, going after women the way they used to. Because the type of women that are out there, these men are not interested in. These boss chicks, these independent, successful women who think that their careers make them special when it comes to relationships are the ones that men are walking away from. They don't want no parts of it because, once again, I said this before, your education does not make you a great woman for a relationship. Your education is not the end all be all for what you qualify for when it comes to a man. When men say they don't care about your education, that means your education is not going to be something that they marvel at and say, oh my God, she's a great woman because she's educated. She has 3 degrees and a doctorate. Oh, she has a PhD. Oh, I'm attracted to that. No, they're not attracted to that. They're attracted to the more simpler things. The things that women don't want to focus on is the very things that men are attracted to. Isn't that interesting? The very things that women don't want to do is what men are attracted to. Women thought that getting these degrees and leveling up was going to make them more attractive to men, but it's just quite the opposite. And it's unfortunate because a lot of women have been sold that lie and were made to think that, hey, the more degrees you have, that's the the higher the quality of the man that you can attract and get. And it's just quite the opposite. Then they get mad when they're like, oh, you want a bimbo. You want to, you want somebody who's not educated. No, they want a feminine, a loving woman who's not entitled. And if they go find a woman at Walmart or McDonald's who's loving and she's attractive and she's nice, they will accept this woman over a woman with a PhD who got an entitled mindset, thinking that she don't need you, but she wants you, and she could have you or not, she's still gonna be just fine. That's the difference. A woman who comes from a more meager means and that doesn't have this entitled mindset is more attractive to men. It's just what it is. So a lot of women are fighting with this because they don't want to accept the fact that this is what men want and this is what they've always wanted. They don't care about all these degrees. Y'all making all this money, so-called, so how? Y'all say y'all are making all this money, but you don't want to contribute it to the household. You don't want to bring it together. You've worked so hard and now it's for you. So that's for you. So if you have a PhD and you making PhD money, you're not trying to share it with the household. You want your money to be over here and you want him to still put all his resources into you. That doesn't make any sense. And then he doesn't even get anything that he wants. A lot of these women already have kids. Y'all don't want to have any more kids. So he don't even get kids. He don't even get a submissive wife. He don't get a feminine fit wife. He don't get any of the things that he wants, but he's required to pay everything and do everything 100% of the time. And this, once again, is why so many women are cooked and why men are walking away. They want no parts of it. So I just wanted to put that out there just to reiterate, listen, anything is possible. I'm not saying that you can't get married at a certain age, or you can, because there are people who get married. Now, I've seen people get married older and have relationships, but that is not the common denominator. That is not something that's happening in droves, especially in 2025. But anything is possible, I would say. But you have to really align yourself with the right people and really be on the same page with that person. And if not, it's going to be very difficult to get what it is that you want if you don't change the way you think. That's all I'm saying. Modern women have this unrealistic, superficial way of thinking that is not conducive to healthy, stable relationships with men. And it doesn't matter if it's an average man, above average man, they all still want the same thing. They still want feminine, cooperative women who are willing to come in and work with them and not compete with them. And as long as you have a bunch of dominant, educated women who feel they have to compete with a man, you want a partner. You don't want a helpmeet. You want a partner. And most men don't want a partner. They want a helpmeet. They want a woman who's going to come in and understand how to make a relationship work and thrive. That's my opinion on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what it is. Chime in, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.